the hoof line right here. There's going to be this little square of yellow right here. You can break things down into geometric shapes. Sure help you not stress over shapes of things. Goes a little bit like that. I'm looking now where it goes up here, just above. I'm kind of using a big brush. You can use a smaller brush if you want to do this. It goes just to the bottom of this one, and then it goes out. See that? Okay, doesn't have to be perfect, but let's just kind of get a general where it lives. Now I can't do this with acrylics because this is still wet. The acrylics, all this would all be dry. And you cannot go back and do what I'm doing right now, which is I'm soft blending the top and the bottom half of this painting. That's what I like about oils. Okay, I'll get a smaller brush now to do that little shadow spot. Try not to move my head too fast. Let's see, that's this one. See all my brushes? This lovely. Nothing fancy here. I don't have anything. I don't do anything real fancy. Okay, make sure that sticks because sometimes it doesn't. Okay, indigo. Maybe just a little of that crimson just for fun. There we go. And just barely touch that oil. See how little that took? And do my dark. Can kind of make some correction here. I'm following this line because I know this jumps up here, but if it didn't, it would continue probably right about here. And if you have trouble with shadows, if you guys have any Breyer horse models, they work great. You put them in the, put a light on them or carry them outside and set them down in the sun like on a picnic table or something. Turn them to the way that the light is coming in your picture, wherever the sun is, and it'll cast a shadow for you. Some desk lamps, depending on the light bulb you use, diffuse too much and you can't get a good crisp shadow. So anytime you can get outside, take a picture. You know, take your camera, set it on the picnic table, take a picture of what you need. Yeah, okay. Now I'm just using my brain power here. That's gonna say it's gonna probably go about like this. And we'll kind of make it fade out anyway, so it's not critical. Not critical. Okay. Now I'll go back and grab some of this light color and just kind of little oil. When it starts to feel real dry and thick, just barely touch that oil. And I'm just gonna fix these spots here. Doesn't have to be a perfect match. I just want it green. Light green, not dark green. Okay, and there we have the background. Fix that spot at the top here. Fix that. Get kind of a brush that's kind of in between sizes. I need to fix that. Get back in my white, a little oil, white, maybe a little turpentine. Turpentine helps it dry even faster. Cobalt. Dip just a little in there. And this background could change too. I've done that before. I just want something on there right now so I can get a feel for the feel for it, the atmosphere. You know, what do I want? I may change the whole background and make it all dark. I just want a feel for this. See, there's not a whole lot of paint on this brush. Just kind of dry brushing it now. See, a little dry brush like that, you can kind of run over. If this was acrylic, this would all be dry and you would not be able to do any of this. The main's going to be kind of fuzzy, so I'm going to kind of cover some of it here. If you look at the picture, see how thin and wispy his mane is? And it's a whole lot easier to paint the sky up to the back of that neck and let that dry and worry about that. Putting that mane on is the last thing you do. It's not life or death if you put it on right this instant, because that's thin and wispy. If this dries, it's going to be a lot easier to put that thin and wispy over top of that than if I try and do it now while it's wet. All it'll do is make a big muddy mess. So do your oil painting in steps and stages. Don't get in a big hurry. I used to get in a terrible big hurry because I wanted it right now. But right now usually ends up making a right now big mess. So be patient. Let these layers dry. See, I'm just kind of closing that up there. Okay. Alrighty, we have the first layer on. Now we can start to work on the baby. Clean the brush in that. I'm going to fix that one spot. See how you just kind of, if you need it, just jump in. Okay. Alrighty. And we're just going to continue using this brush because it's about the right size. Okay, I'm painting the horse. I start with all the dark spots first. If you squint at this picture, squint, you'll pick out the darkest areas, and it's here, here, now, and here. Look at these as a shape and a form, not, oh, this is the under part of the neck. I'm looking at it as kind of an oval shape, and this looks like the letter I, like a big Roman letter I. Here's a pyramid. You see that? Looks like a little triangle. Break things down into their geometrics. It sure helps if you're having trouble. See, this looks like a little pyramid here, upside down, triangle. Real dark right here. So let's start with the big areas because we're using a little bit larger brush. And this is a 1/2 inch angle. That's a little used and abused, kind of old. Okay. A burnt umber. And I really should have some purple out here, but I don't. But that doesn't mean I can't make some. Burnt umber. I'm going to put a little of this blue in it. Not too much, because a little of that goes a long ways. See how that makes it a very dark brown? And I'm going to put a little crimson in here because I do want a little bit of a purpley look to it. Excuse me. Okay, so it's kind of crimsony. I'll put a little more blue. There we go. And I kind of have it sketched out. See the shape here? See right here? Like that. The little pyramid here is right here. See, nice thing about these is you can use the flat of it like this, or you can turn it like this and use it and make a little pointy, little tight areas right there. This comes here and it just connects right. Just see that little connection right there. A little dark spot right there. Right here. And then this big letter I. We'll back through a little orange in that, because that is a little redder. I have this shape kind of already drawn out there, so it's darkest right across here. If it's not dark enough or if it's too bright, go back to that